Aloha everyone, Aloha Mālama Pono, and welcome to our training today. Today we're going over another little skill set from our friend Snake Blocker's Apache knife fighting and warrior tactics course. So this one has to do with a technique called hidden Talon. So if you're familiar with edge weapon grips, clear, you have several different grips that you normally learn. In some martial arts, this would be called heaven when the tip is up, or earth when the tip is down. You can also think of this as sky grip, and then this as talon grip, like an eagle's talon coming down. And that is part of the technique today, which is called hidden Talon, which means instead of this being in presentation mode, it is hidden. A hidden Talon, meaning the claw you do not see. Almost like how a cat's claws are normally retracted within the paw and then can extend outside the paw. So in concept, it could look very innocent and innocuous. You're just standing there, and you can even just utilize the thumb to hold on to the weapon so that your fingers are free and everything looks good and dandy. So there are many ways to use this type of presentation for hidden Talon. You can be just standing there politely listening, right? You could be appearing to have your arms crossed, although in that mode, you definitely don't want to interlace. You want to just kind of grip the end of your triceps so that you immediately can present your weapon. Also, you could be like scratching your head, oh, I don't know what you mean, bam, right? And then you go into scary psycho mode. So the concept here is that you're more prepared than you seem to be. This can be looked at two ways. So if you are in a self-defense situation where you perceive an imminent threat, you might not want your opponents to know that you're that prepared. Maybe there's more than one of them and they're armed, and you want to appear not to be a threat, in part because ethically you might want to avoid the conflict and not have it escalate. In which case you don't really want it to amp up, but just in case it did escalate, you would be prepared for that possibility. So in the potential act of violence that could follow, you would be more prepared to deal with it than your enemy would perceive. Now this also flips the other way, meaning if you have someone else that you don't know coming up to you in one of these postures, right? And they are presenting you not just with the posture, but also with their presence encroaching upon your position, meaning their distance is getting closer and closer to you. And they're giving you information you didn't ask for. Then that can be a reason for you to be more cognizant and more aware of the potential of violence. So you might ask yourself, why are they telling me this information that I didn't ask for? Oh yeah, hey man, don't worry, I'm just cruising here. I don't mean to be in your space. Why did they tell you that? You never asked them that question, right? So this is the kind of information that we're looking at. Now, in our previous training courses, we actually called this type of position, we refer to it as SRP, or Strategic Readiness Position, meaning you're ready in a strategic fashion for something that could happen, even though you actually hope that it won't happen. So you're prepared, but you're not necessarily wanting there to be an engagement. Now, one example of this, particularly in Native American culture, which is what we're discussing, has to do with peace talks or messaging. Now, my great-great-grandfather, he was a mediator for his tribe. He would carry a peace pipe and try to work out disputes and smoke the peace pipe, and then hopefully everything works out. A lot of times, though, in movies, right, being the messenger can be sometimes a bad deal, right? In the 300, the messengers come up to King Leonidas, and he doesn't like their message. So what happens, Nate?
He fixed it.
Right. So then it's like, this is Sparta! And down they go into the limitless depths of a pit. So that's another reason that if you're in a position where you are trying to negotiate a peace, you want to be ready with that hidden talent if you need it to be. Whether it's an edge weapon or it could be something else. And we live in a time where it really could be something else, right? Something more innocent, which minimum loadout, it's a very practical self-defense tool, is a tactical flashlight. So for example, looks pretty innocent, right? Just holding my mask, which I might need, but then bam, have a tactical light inside the mask. And that's another way to execute a hidden talent. These days you can have a mask or something else that doesn't raise an alarm because it's in your hand, but you could use it. Same thing could also be with any type of ordinary folder, right? It just looks like you have your mask, but bam, tactical folder comes out. So lots of possibilities on ways to execute the hidden talent. I'm going to show some potential executions. So for example, if Nate and Steve each have a blade clear, go ahead. I can be in my hidden talent mode where it looks like I have nothing, but now it looks like they have something. When he comes toward me with his blade, all of a sudden my defense is ready. Nate comes in with his, but I had two hidden talents, and there we go. Steve's still behind me, but already dispatched him. Anyway, you get the idea. So that concept from Apache knife fighting and warrior tactics is called hidden talent. Aloha e Mālama Pono. Thank you for joining us.